Let's be real. We live in a world that is constantly testing our limits. I mean, it can feel chaotic, right? Overwhelming. So the question is, how do we build that inner fortress? That sense of calm and strength that doesn't just crumble when things get tough. I've been looking into this, and today we're going to walk through 7 really powerful principles for becoming emotionally unshakable.
And this quote, this just hits it right on the head. It's a total shift in how you look at things. So often we're waiting for life to stop throwing punches. But the goal isn't an easier life. The real goal is to become a stronger person, someone who can handle whatever comes their way.
And that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Because this kind of strength, it isn't something you're just born with. Nope, it's something you build day by day, choice by choice. So let's get into the nitty-gritty, the actual steps for forging that resilience. What we're really aiming for here is what you could call an unshakable mindset. And listen, this isn't about suppressing your emotions or turning into some kind of robot. Not at all. It's about gaining control, understanding your own internal world, and getting to a place of calm clarity, even when a storm is raging all around you. Okay, so the first battle is always an internal one. Before you can even think about handling the outside world, you've got to master the one inside your own head. So this first set of principles, it's all about building that internal fortitude. First up, number 1, master your reactions. Just let that sink in for a second. Not everything deserves an answer or your energy. Your attention, your energy, that is your most valuable currency. And every single day, 100 different things are trying to get you to spend it. An unshakable person knows that real power is in the pause, the choice not to react. You get to decide what's actually worthy of your response. And that leads us right into principle number 2, embrace solitude. Our culture often tells us that being alone is a bad thing, that it's the same as being lonely. This idea completely flips that on its head. Solitude isn't about loneliness, it's about actually being with yourself. It's the training ground where you can sort through your thoughts, actually hear your own voice, and build that inner strength without all the noise from the outside world. All right, and for our third principle, don't explain your peace. I love this one. The idea is that your inner peace doesn't need a committee's approval. You do not have to justify your boundaries or your choices to anyone. If someone's vibe or their actions mess with your calm, you have every right to protect it, period. No long explanation needed. Okay, so we've laid that internal foundation. Now let's talk about how to apply this strength out there in our interactions with the world. These next few principles are all about action. Principle number 4, and this is a tough one for a lot of us. Let people go without chasing. This is all about accepting the things you just can't control. You can't force someone to be loyal. You can't force them to love you or respect you. Chasing after someone who wants to leave is just a recipe for pain. An unshakable person gets this. They have the strength to let go, and they trust that what is truly meant for them won't require being forced to stay. Next up, and this one is huge. Principle 5 is to face pain directly. This is such a simple but incredibly profound truth. Any problem you run from, any pain you try to avoid, it doesn't just vanish. It follows you. It gets bigger in the shadows, and it ends up controlling you from behind the scenes. The only way to take back your power, the only way, is to turn around and face it head on. Now for principle number 6, and this is something I think we all struggle with, guard your time. Think about it. Your time is the one and only thing you have that you can never, ever get back. So, are you giving it away like it's worthless? The unshakable person understands that every single yes is a piece of their most precious resource. They make sure that commitment is intentional and that it's been earned. So, we've covered 6 really powerful ideas for building this resilience. But this final principle, this is arguably the most important one of all. It's the one you absolutely need to remember in the heat of the moment, when your resolve is really being put to the test. It all comes down to this one simple idea. When chaos erupts, when your emotions are just screaming at you, you need to bring yourself back to this. Anger, frustration, fear, they are all just temporary visitors. They feel all-consuming in the moment, I know, but they will pass. But the decisions you make while you're under their influence, whoa, those can last a lifetime. You never ever want to make a permanent choice based on a temporary feeling. This right here, this is the ultimate test. It's not just about knowing these principles, it's about actually using them when it counts. So when you're feeling that rush of emotion, will you remember the difference between a feeling that's just passing through and a decision that's going to stick around? What will you choose? And that's really the big takeaway here. True emotional strength. It's not a performance. It's not about being the loudest person in the room or winning every single argument. It's a quiet, internal power. It's silent control. And it's forged in all those little moments when nobody else is even around to see it. So I'll just leave you with this question. Strength isn't built in some grand gesture. It's built in the small, unseen choices you make every single day. The choice not to react, the choice to spend 5 minutes in silence, the choice to face a tiny discomfort. So, what moment today will you use?